Hello and welcome to the interview hosted by the Big Box Media Company. I'm Joan Fontes, the head of content at Scribe Minds and Media. And today I'm honored to be joined by Mr. Rohit Kotwal, head of e-commerce at Arvind Fashions Limited. Allow me to briefly introduce the guest for today. As an associate vice president with over 16 years of diverse experience, Rohit's career journey has been marked by building and transforming businesses both online and offline. Rohit has honed his skills across retail, wholesale, buying, merchandising, e-commerce, and strategic planning, ensuring a comprehensive understanding of the industry. His expertise lies in profit and loss management and spearheading digital transformation initiatives that drive innovation and growth. He's passionate about leveraging technology to create a seamless, integrated experience and optimize business operations. As a leader, he is committed to cultivating strong teams and fostering a collaborative environment to achieve outstanding results. Evening, Mr. Rohit. Thank you for joining this interview hosted by the Big Box Media Company.
Thanks, Joan. Thanks.
Yeah. This conversation today is about exploring the global best practices and their relevance in shaping the ever-evolving world of retail and e-commerce. So we request you to give your opinion on a few pointers that we have jotted down, and if you can just give us your insight to it.
Sure.
To begin with, as the retail and e-commerce sectors continue to evolve at a rapid pace, digital transformation remains the key driver of information and competitiveness. So on this note, what trends or technologies do you believe will shape the next phase of digital transformation in retail and e-commerce?
So I think the first and foremost is the digital transformation that has happened on our mobile phones in India, right? So we moved from 3G to 4G and now to 5G.
Yes.
Putting 5G into the hands of the masses in India has, I think, been the most pivotal change that the economy has seen. Today, across all the pin codes in India, you have the fastest connectivity you can access. You can access into any app that you require. Your banking has completely transformed into digital, right? So right from banking to paying your bills to, shopping, everything is online. So I think that's the first and foremost transformation in the technology that has happened. The second I would consider is on the fronts of automation and AI. Right. So automation AI has now started transforming, I believe, the way we do business, the way we look at the business ecosystem. And it is also bringing in a lot more efficiency in terms of the time frame that was required to do certain activities has rapidly come down.
Right.
So the ease of doing business has drastically improved because of this particular trend. I think the third would be to look at from a retail point of view and from a fashion retail point of view would be the omni-channel emergence, right? Today, most of the brands have started connecting and have realized the power of connecting their stores as a part of their delivery network. They've realized that online can actually help them reduce the inventory pressures at store. The omni-channel presence has also led to the emergence of a more agile supply chain and has helped brands reduce their cost of supply chain. So I think, these three would be the key parameters or the key changes that I have seen happening. One key trend that is now evolving is the usage of big data analytics. Big data analytics is something that I feel has transformed the industry in the last 5 to 8 years. Prior to the 2010s or 2012s, 2014 era, we were not very, I would say, hands-on with the technology required to manage big data. But today, with AI automation coming into that field as well, people are looking at data more carefully. They are looking at data with a different lens of bringing more results and more efficient results. So I feel these are the these would be the 4, 5 key points that have evolved in terms of trends and technologies in India.
You spoke about the positive side of digital transformation. Is it possible for you to also give us the negative side about how sometimes it can also be an effect? Is that
So, mm, see, with well, as hard as it is to accept the point that AI is going to take over, a lot more jobs. So I think that would be one of the key negatives with such a large population that we have. We just, in fact, there's a recent study that shows that the we have the youngest median age across all the developing economies today, which is at 29 years. And I think the biggest challenge that AI, the biggest threat that AI poses is also how are we going to make enough jobs, relevant jobs for this entire new generation that's going to come up. So I think that's one of the what do you say, negative points of the technology. However, another one is obviously we start becoming more and more lazy.
yes. Yeah. Okay. That's a really interesting take and on the tech front. But at the heart of it all comes down to consumers, right? So, on that note, what changes have you seen in consumer behavior over the past 5 years? And how have you tailored your approach accordingly?
So and you're completely right. I think consumer behavior should be at the center of every action, every reaction, or every decision that businesses make today. Uh, we what we have seen in the last 5 years, or what I personally feel, is that experience still triumphs over just selling a good. You know,
Okay.
so it's not that because the product is now available digitally or the product is available at the store and it's getting delivered within 5 minutes or 10 minutes to you. Uh, does the cataloging lose its value? No, it does not. The customer still wants to see a nice looking product, be it on the shelf or be it on an app. The second thing I believe is that there's a lot of social media influence that is currently shaping the consumer behavior patterns. There are a lot of brands who actually bank upon the consumer behavior data,
Like,
which is coming through social media. The third would be obviously, the way the D2C brands are coming up, and the way the Indian consumer is now started viewing D2C brands as brands that they can trust, as brands that they can actually replace their favorite brands with. So, the emergence of Snitch, the emergence of brands like the Bear House, etc., are just proving it that, even Zudio for that matter,
yes.
it's proving that Indian brands today are emerging a new category of customers to us. And this particular customer might be wanting something very different from what a traditional brand consumer wanted. Uh, the next would be, I would say, is obviously rapid deliveries. Today we expect everything to be at our doorstep maybe within 20 minutes, right? Be it a air purifier or be it a microwave. You want it within 30 minutes. So I think that's one of the key change that is going to happen in the consumer behavior. And as quickly as brands can adapt to it, I think it will only benefit them. Uh,
So,
Apart from that, the last point would be the way urban markets are evolving versus how the rural markets are evolving. So the rural markets are still experience based markets today, right? So as you go to tier 2, tier 3, they're not looking for a quick delivery app, but they are actually looking to experience the store by visiting a mall or visiting the high street store with their family. So it's an experience. So while we speak about technology, AI, fast quick delivery apps, etc., I think we need to keep elevating the consumer experience at the retail front with the same vigor and I would say same perseverance that we were doing for so many years.
okay. So basically, it comes down to catering to what the consumer wants. Like you spoke about convenience, you spoke about the brand being different and standing out in the market. For example, Snitch versus Zudio. Absolutely, right? So basically, it comes how you can adapt to the consumer's expectation.
Yes, yes. And how can you be more omnipresent? So because the consumer also wants to, today an app can, a shopping app can actually, if you have an offline store and you have an online website, all your consumer behavior of offline and online should be available for the consumer to view on the app. So yes, so it's got to be omni.
On both fingertips as well as get the consumer experience to go out there. Uh, Brilliant hint. So coming to the next question, how can retailers ensure a truly seamless experience between online and offline shopping channels?
Perfect. So I'll just go back to the last point that I said, and it starts with that is how can you become omnipresent to the customer as well? And I think a great example of that would be the order history tab on every app today, right? I know when I've bought, what purchases have I done. When I need to reorder, I just need to go and press on the reorder button today. So I'm saying, how can we bring in that whole seamless experience of online and offline together? That would be the first and key movement that we should do. The second, I think, would be a unified CRM program, which is now, if you see, most of the brands in India today are ramping up their CRM programs to be omni-channel again. uh, where your phone number becomes your unique identity, and with that unique identity, you now have your transaction histories on offline and online, all available to you and to the brands on one click. The third, I would suggest, would be the customized, uh, because of this whole offline online omni data management. What retailers have been able to do now is to customize the marketing that is going to each consumer. So your Myntra landing page looks different, whereas my Myntra landing page looks different. It's preference based, it's more personalized. And the more personalization that we can add, we are actually giving more convenience to the consumer. So that's another thing. And I think, yeah, the fourth one is, buy and quick delivery. I'll again go back to that point. Today there are apps where brands are listing themselves and then delivering these particular quick commerce companies are delivering. How do we bring about the quick commerce revolution on our own websites would be a point to ponder upon. And I think a lot of websites have already started tying up with third party partners who can actually, so if I have my own brand's website, I can actually tie up with a third party and get the delivery done in 2 hours if I have a store coverage vast enough in the geographies. So I think these are the 4 5 points which retailers could adapt.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you, Rohit, for walking us through that. Shifting focus to another important topic. How has your approach to merchandising evolved with the rise of e-commerce and omnichannel retail?
Sure. So one thing that happens, previously, uh, the buying merchandising previously was only offline based, right? So offline, you don't have the accurate data of how many customers visited, which zone was browsed more, which products were picked up more. So these are all touch points for a sale to happen, right? Whereas in the online space today, you know how many people have clicked, how many impressions a particular product has gathered, how many clicks have happened, and what has been the conversion of those clicks, right? To an at each step. So at each touch point, you have data available. If we can bring about that data and marry it with the sell-through data that we do at stores, and the sales data at the stores and the discounting data of stores, I think it builds a very large data bank for us to work upon. And I think that will, with the whole unified CRM, with the whole unified data management systems and purchase histories, I think it will make us more, I would say it will help us forecast better in terms of what the consumer really needs. So uh, you could compare a product which has great CTR versus a product which has low CTR, and then compare the sell-throughs for those products respectively in their offline store, and you can actually make a more concrete decision on whether to continue a particular style or discontinue a particular style.
So basically, Indian
But-
flexing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Base
it is.
technology has helped us move bikes.
Yes. And it also, so the second would be obviously, how can you have uh, more agility in your supply chain, right? So, for example, today in the online space, you get to know whether a product is going to do well in the first 45 days, right? You can actually map out the whole year's projection based on the 45 days of sale in the online space, because the online space works on many, many algorithms, right? And if you know what the algorithms are telling you, then you can actually utilize it to make it more agile. Certain products which are often made only for the online channel can actually, if they are performed really well on the online channel, you can actually go back and put those products in the store as well, because the customer is the same. It's not that you have an X customer here and a Y customer there, right? It's still the same customer who's coming and purchasing online. And the product value is what matters, so he's going to purchase it in the offline store as well. And I think the third would be, how do we manage the digital content piece, right? Today, I think digital content is it's like blowing up, so every product today has a video uploaded. You have consumers coming, you have influencers coming on the catalog page, on the product listing pages, and talking about the product. There is influencers coming and doing videos on Instagram. So I'm saying the whole digital content piece can also help in actually pushing products which at times the consumer may not like. So it's more trend based products, more fashion based products, more seasonal products can be actually sold faster by utilizing the digital content space.
Just one point, you spoke about products that are made for the online space and the offline space. So are you trying to say that you have two different products and then seeing which product moves faster and then you get it to the other side? Does it work that?
So no, for brands who are just starting out their journey, right? For them, it may make sense to have few unique products on the online space. The second would be, like I said, fashion trend products, right? For example, there is a particular trend that happens when a Marvel movie comes out, right? And you see a lot of brands coming out with Marvel merchandise, right? During that time, the Marvel merchandise sales peak. Now, that particular product, to get it to the store, might take you 30 days, 45 days, 90 days at times. Correct? But on the online space today, you don't need to actually deliver the product to the store, right? You can actually make it live on the online space. Apart from that, for brands who are already doing well on the online and the offline space both, I think we've gone through a phase long back, about 10 years back, where we used to produce merchandise which was specially made for the online channel. However, today, I think more and more brands are now adopting the policy of overlapping the products of our online and offline and giving a unified experience to the consumers. So the pricing as well, which used to look very different and varied for brands initially, in the initial years when e-commerce boom was happening, has now started looking more similar and more uniform. So like I said, it's about the experience that you create, and more uniform the experience, I think better the output.
Yeah, fascinating outlook. Thank you for sharing your perspective on this particular point. Thank you, Rohit. We sincerely appreciate you taking the time off and joining us on this interview. We look forward to hearing more from what you have to say at the Big Box India event on the 21st of August in Bangalore.
Very excited, yes.
Thank you.